Yeah, g'day everybody and welcome back. This will be part 3 of our holiday. So we've left Broken Hill and we're heading down the Murray River basically. So anyway, this is Wentworth. We've just pulled up at a park here in Wentworth for a bit of chainsaw art. This was really well done. This log was all carved up with fish and yabbies and whatever. But yeah, Wentworth is where the Darling River meets the Murray River. So we'll walk across the car park here in a minute and I'll show you. Yeah, so this is the notice board. You can see by the picture what it's going to look like. So where it meets, the waters don't mix. They call it a confluence. So that's the new word for the day. Confluence. Don't ask me to spell it. But yeah, I'll put the drone up and we'll fly over it a little bit and have a look around. Really cool how it does this, eh? So that's a little lookouty thing you can stand up on top of. And just down from where the Darling meets the Murray, there's, I don't know what number lock this is, there's a heap of locks on the Murray River. So this is the lock at Wentworth. So it allows the boats to go up and down stream around the weir basically. So yeah, we leave Wentworth and we arrive down at Redcliffs. So this is Redcliffs where we camped on the slide of the Murray. There's free camps everywhere, geez it's great. And this was just beautiful. We had paddle steamers go past, we had these houseboats going past, people on skis and jet skis and boats, and yeah, really well used river, eh? See, I flew the drone around, so this is just a bit upstream from, actually, no, I think it's downstream. I was a bit confused here which way it ran. But yeah, this is an old pumping station here. And I'll show you a few more clips of it. But basically they pump out of the Murray into some channels and that's how they get the water around. So this was the old steam boiler that these guys invented back in the day, back in the late 1800s, and yeah, so she pumped water into these channels that I was just talking about. So it's the big boiler there, and they actually still run it all. So I'd love to go and see it when it's going. So that boiler supplied steam across to this room, which is the big pumps, the steam-driven pumps. And they would pump water into that lock there behind the building and it'd overflow into the channel. So you go, 1951 was that? Can't read it. This is psych pumps. And these were the two guys that invented it all, and the Chaffley boys. I think this was one of many. So it'd be really cool to get into this room and have a look around, eh? No wonder there's no trees down there, eh? They chopped them all down and burnt them in steam engines and inside mines. So that was back in its heyday when it was working. and this is the new infrastructure, so electric pumps. So they just pump water up into this channel. And then they must irrigate out of that. So before all that, they parked this old steam engine there and used its boiler to run the pumps. So yeah, like I said, we were in Red Cliffs, went up to the Red Cliffs. Yeah, so we've left Red Cliffs and we've arrived down here. This is just a little farm stay just outside Swan Hill. And it's right on the Murray River again. A paddle steamer actually went past while we were staying, but by the time I got out and got the camera ready, it was gone, so yeah, a bit slow. But yeah, you can walk right down. They've got kilometres of walks. So we done a bit of a walk down the river, and it's like a levee bank all around the place. Flies annoying you much? And the flies were friendly. So yeah, now we've travelled down just a day trip out of Swan Hill down to Lake Boga. So this is where they, back in the war days, they serviced the Catalina Flying Boats. So they'd actually land them on the lake. And it was a huge base. There was like 1,000 people in the base apparently. And they would service these planes, fix them up and send them out again.
So they're quite a large piece of machinery, as you can tell. Now, what people often wonder is why was Lake Boga chosen? If I get you to come over here, you can see the thing. Okay, so Lake Boga is here in the middle of nowhere. It would natural location in terms of the lake. The lake is 3 kilometres by 3.5 kilometres in diameter. It is only 4 metres deep, so it doesn't get very choppy. And the mallee's as flat as a pancake, so it was no mountains, no hills, no trees, so pretty ideal for aircraft operations. Yeah. So you can see the base here as it was in 1943. Now, the photograph's probably a little bit deceiving in terms of scale. That's a car right there. Mm-hmm. So you can see it was actually quite a large base. Well, imagine these buildings are as big as this because they're the repair hangars. The operating area that you can see, those lines, mm-hmm. That was primarily just 2 of the squadrons. So that was Squadron 20 and 11, they were the Black Cats. Now the Black Cats were painted black, obviously, because they were operating at night. So they would fly into the various harbours like Manila and all the rest of it, and drop sea mines. So they would then trap the Japanese fleet in those harbours, so that they couldn't get their reinforcements or supply their troops. Wingspan of nearly 100 metres, and yeah. We just started on the aircraft itself. Come on through. So we've just started on the aircraft. I'll go back over the base later. But yes, the aircraft could fly for 24 hours on one fuel load. So that's quite an impressive distance for that time.
So I apologise here. We'll just have a bit of a look around the museum. And like I said, I do apologise. It was pretty dark. Like all this, where the engines were and all that stuff was all fairly dark. The displays were well lit, so I hope you get something out of it. I'll just play some music. I won't do any more talking. I thought the end of this wing looked like it was cut off to fit in the shed, but apparently, I don't know whether I've recorded when he was talking before, but that sponson that keeps it upright when it's in the water, that all folds up and that actually becomes the wingtip. Yeah, so that's the end of the flying boat, the Catalina Flying Boat Museum at Lake Boga. That was really interesting. There's a lot to read. You can, again, waste hours there, which we did. There's a nice little cafe. We had lunch. Yeah, it was bloody good. But anyway, we'll pull the movie up here now. I was going to put Swan Hill Pioneer Museum in the end, but there's so much to do there. It's going to sort of be its own episode, I think. So I'll do Swan Hill and the Pioneer Museum and Echuca probably in the last one, and then that'll probably be it for our holiday. So give us a like and a subscribe. I keep asking for it. A lot of people obviously don't do it, because that helps my channel, or it helps get my channel out there. So come back and join us for episode 4. Like I said, we'll do Swan Hill Pioneer Museum and Echuca, I suppose. And yeah. Okay, we'll catch you then.